Welcome to Court Q&A. I'm North Carolina District Court Judge Marty McGee, and today's program will focus on changes to teenage driving laws. Our guest is Professor Shay Denning of the UNC School of Government. Professor Denning is an expert in motor vehicle law. Welcome to the program, Shay.
Thank you for inviting me.
Effective January 1, 2012, a new law provides that certain teenage drivers will have their license suspended and they'll be arrested if they're charged with certain traffic offenses, including speeding 51 in a 35, for example. This is a big change in North Carolina law, and Shay is here to talk about the details of that. Shay, what drivers are affected by this new law?
The new revocation applies to 16 and 17-year-olds who have a limited learner's permit or a provisional license issued by the North Carolina Division of Motor Vehicles. Those drivers are termed provisional licensees under the law.
And what type of offenses are covered by this new law?
The new law applies to a new category of offenses named criminal moving violations. Hit and run, speeding to elude, and reckless driving are among the offenses classified as criminal moving violations. Speeding more than 15 miles per hour over the speed limit, as you alluded to in your opening remarks, also is a criminal moving violation. Failing to move over for a law enforcement or emergency vehicle that has activated its warning signal is considered a criminal moving violation.
Am I correct that the teenage drivers that you've described, if they're charged with one of these offenses, that they'll be arrested?
Yes, that is correct, and that's going to be a big change with respect to some of these offenses. For instance, most people charged with misdemeanor speeding typically are given a citation and then released. For these drivers, provisional licensees who are charged with this offense, they will actually be arrested and taken before the magistrate for an initial appearance.
And it's also true, isn't it, that these drivers, their license will be revoked for the charge, not necessarily for the conviction, but being charged.
That's right. Their licenses will be revoked, or their limited learner's permit will be revoked at the time of the initial appearance.
And how long does the suspension last?
It lasts 30 days.
Can these drivers get a limited driving period privilege during this 30-day period?
No, they cannot. They will not be authorized to drive.
And what happens if they're caught driving during this period?
Driving a motor vehicle on a street or highway during this period would constitute the offense of driving while license revoked, and that is a criminal violation.
After the 30-day period is over, do they have to do anything to have their license reinstated?
No, the license again becomes valid by operation of law, so there's no reinstatement fee or application or any further process that has to be completed before the learner's permit or license again becomes valid.
Were there any other legislative changes that would be of particular interest to teenage drivers or their parents?
There were a couple. In the same act in which this new revocation was created, the General Assembly created new driving law requirements that are required for folks to move from one level to another up the graduated driver's license scale. So the new driving law requirements apply to drivers issued a limited learner's permit or a limited provisional license on or after January 1st, 2012. There also was a big change to the impaired driving laws that is of particular interest to teenage drivers. For impaired driving offenses committed December 1, 2011 or later, a person who drives while impaired with a passenger who is under the age of 18 in the car will be considered to have committed a level 1 impaired driving offense. And level 1 impaired driving offenses require a minimum jail sentence of at least 30 days. And that's true even if the person has never before been convicted of a criminal offense. So that also is a significant change in the motor vehicle laws.
Thank you, Shay, for participating in the program. This is certainly information that's important for parents of teenage drivers and teenage drivers to know. For more information, you can see a blog post that Professor Denning has written on the North Carolina Criminal Law blog. And thank you for joining us today for Court Q&A, and thank you to Cabarrus County's Channel 22 for airing the program. If you'd like to see this or other court Q&A programs, please go to the Cabarrus County's website or look on YouTube. Thank you.